Dog, J. Cole's new album. Jermaine Cole. Put an M on your head now, you Luigi, brother. Dog. Don't care if it's Michael B. Jordan that's calling my woman to fuck, she ain't gonna pick up. Sadly, I can't say the same for you niggas. A couple of dollars be changing you niggas. Dog, what is going on? If you broke and clowning the millionaire, the joke's on you. Boy, this album is fire. I'm not gonna cap though, if I were to give a quick synopsis of J. Cole's offseason, it's not his best work. And with that being said, seeing that it's not his best work and that it was more hype than his best work, it's kind of a disappointment that it isn't his best work. I do though think that it's a little bit unfair though, because this album would probably be a lot of other artists' best album of all time, but it's Jermaine. You gotta live with this. I genuinely think that there are some amazing songs that some people may not take at face value. My favorite song on the album is Close. You could see that it's secretly really good, just like how I can give you guys these secret Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are really good as well. The Yu-Gi-Oh meta is no different than J. Cole's album. It got some slaps in there that sometimes you may not be listening to right. And of course, in this video, I'm going to be revealing the slaps. These slaps just might actually win you a game or catch a charge for you. Hey man, if you catch a charge, I'm not in this. So of course, if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to destroy that subscribe button, but also be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also, if you want to catch more TheCaliEffect content, behind the scene content, I do have a Patreon. And for the people that actually want to chill with KOG himself, I have a Twitch. I've actually been streaming there quite a bit. So without further ado, let's jump on in so we can talk about some of these secret techs that can win you games. The first strategy reminds me of J. Cole's Crooked Smile song. It's an oldie but goldie, and you probably could still use it to this day and age and get some effects. Because J. Cole's whole song has an effect. I kind of backed myself in the corner with that one. Book of Moon is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card, but this card is so old that it's actually older than some Yu-Gi-Oh players playing the current card game today. And for the people that just did not know, Book of Moon is a card that targets one monster on the field and flips it to face down defense position. The reason why I feel Book of Moon is just such an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card is that it can be used offensively and defensively. It's such a versatile card. Going on the offense, Book of Moon is just so good because it can flip face down some of your opponent's important cards. Take for example some of the decks that we've talked about in our top decks video for this format. Go ahead and check it out if you guys haven't. Against Shaddolls, it can flip down El Shaddol Winda. Against Dinos, it can flip face down Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And against Prank Kids Battle Butler is a card that you probably could be looking to flip face down before you commit any resources that these cards can stop. But it doesn't really stop there. Book of Moon can also be used defensively to prevent your opponent from link summoning. In case you guys didn't know, link summoning can only happen with face-up monsters on the field. If you Book of Moon the monster, your opponent won't be able to use it for a link, exceed, or synchro summon. You might want to watch out because fusion summonings, tributing for card effects, and tribute summons are still on the board, but Book of Moon ultimately is a very versatile card that can shut off half of the extra deck mechanics. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Pack actually brought this card into players' minds. This card is actually still really good and is not a gimmick. Broken Line is a card that made his debut in the Flames of Destruction set. This is about a 3 to 4 year old set if I can remember correctly, so yeah, it's kind of hard to get. But basically what Broken Line does is when a monster, spell, or trap card is activated in Broken Line's column, you can negate the activation and destroy that card. The reason why Broken Line is just such a good Yu-Gi-Oh card is because it's an amazing going second trap card. If your opponent already has an established board, setting Broken Line to your side of the field to be able to disrupt or answer their answer is important. And seeing that Broken Line is a counter trap card, cards like Borreload Savage Dragon, which are really popular into today's Yu-Gi-Oh card game, can't really respond to it. Even as a going first card, Broken Line is still a pretty powerful Yu-Gi-Oh card, as you could occupy one extra monster zone and then set Broken Line in the opposing extra monster zone. Off the bat, you already have the ability to stop a link monster that would be special summoned into said zone. I think where this card really shines is that it gives trap-based decks that struggle to go second another card that they can play with, but also it acts as a 4th, 5th, and 6th Solemn Strike. You know what you could do with that. You could say that Broken Line breaks the line when it comes to good Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because I'm not gonna explain this pun. Now, while there are quite the few back row heavy decks, there are also a ton of decks that like to spam monsters to their side of the field. This particular card has been in player side decks, and I think you really need to know about this. Contact C is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card. For the people that don't know what Contact C does, is when your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster, you can special summon Contact C to your opponent's side of the field. The card's controller of Contact C cannot fusion summon, synchro summon, exceed, or link summon unless they use Contact C as a part of the material. This is huge if you're playing against certain decks. Contact C is absolutely bonkers against decks like Prank Kids and Invoked, more specifically Prank Kids because their entire extra deck does not involve using this card. And also, most Invoked or Invoke Shadal players don't play El Shadal, Shekinaga, or Magalencia, so they kinda just sit there. Another thing about Contact C is that it can't be used for a link summon to Prank Kids, Meow Meow Mew, and Solomon Great All Mirage. It just does not fit the requirements. There are actually quite a few other decks that Contact C would be amazing against. I suggest you consider trying this out against some of your opponents. They may even have to start siding in or playing extra cards inside of their extra deck just to compensate, and yeah, if you don't draw it, that's one less extra deck space they have. You could say that this card is literally the 100 mil card because it's grinding out there right now. Now, if you guys were doing the Birdman hand rubbed at Contact C, what if I told you that it's not the only C card that is really good in Yu-Gi-Oh right now? I mean, Max C would be really good in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, but you know, the Forbidden List kind of stops you. You know what? Don't let them stop you. Go ahead, play Max C in your sanctioned event. Nobody will know that it's banned. No. They don't remember those days. But the brother in Contact C and Retaliating C is also another amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card into this format. What Retaliating C does is during either player's turn, when a player activates a spell card that would special summon monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if summoned this way, while it's face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Then on top of that, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Earth Insect monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, for the exception of Retaliating C. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Callie, what spell card would I even respond to with Retaliating C? It's dirt stupid. What are you thinking? Well, my smooth-brained glue-eating friend, Fusion just so happens to be a very popular mechanic. Cards like Shadal Fusion that allow you to fusion summon from the deck, and Prank Kids Pandemonium both require you to send monsters from your field or deck or hand to the graveyard to be able to gain the full possibilities. Retaliating C not only responds to both of those cards, but allows you to banish all of the targets that your opponent is sending to the graveyard. On top of that, even if they actually do something with the Retaliating C, you can add Contact C from your deck to your hand because it's an insect monster. Oh man. Imagine if this searched Max C. Retaliating C is just a god-like Yu-Gi-Oh card that's been waiting for the correct meta to be used. This could be one of those metas where the C monsters are just abused and we ain't even maxing out on the opportunities, because Max C's banned. In the last card on our secret text, I feel there's a card that we've talked about before, but it's actually starting to gain popularity again because, I mean, it's a good card. Artifact Sanctum is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card which came out of the Primal Origin set. This card is also older than one of my sons, so I feel some type of way about it. But basically what Artifact Sanctum does is it allows you to special summon an artifact monster from your deck to your side of the field. Also, if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can destroy a card on the field. Imagine your opponent does a Swifty effect to destroy your Artifact Sanctum, and not only can you special summon a free artifact, you get to destroy a card because that's how it rolls. Now, Artifact Sanctum's primary use has been to be able to special summon artifact world attack, like in 2015. Nowadays, this card is amazing for being able to special summon Artifact Scythe because it prevents your opponent from special summoning from the extra deck. Another thing to note about this card is that since Artifact Lancia is one of the strongest hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh, this card can actually be used to special summon Lancia as well, giving you access to a 4th, 5th, and 6th way to get into the card to be able to, end your opponent's turn. Artifact Lancia is a deadly going first Yu-Gi-Oh card that could potentially end your opponent's turn, so why wouldn't you consider playing this card? Well, that is all that we have for secret text that can win you games. comments. Like J. Cole's album, I like to keep it short and sweet and hopefully get you to come back for more amazing content like these videos if you ain't want to check this one out again. As always, I really hope you guys are enjoying the content, but don't worry, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I got like 50 million notifications now. Woo! Hey, I wonder if they heard that J. Cole album, boy!